I already said this was a terrible idea, Judith said as the boat bobbed in the little waves created by the larger boats. Boats with motors. Boats that actually got you from point A to point B. She hated the water, hated the outdoors, and really hated this boat. Jerry just smiled, that placid, infuriating smile, the one he used when she was being absurd. It only made her madder. "I love you too," he said. And Judith knew he meant it. Damn him. She looked over the side of the water, and it was murky. As the oar dipped down into it, it vanished after only a few inches. Why would anyone swim in this? It was like a horror movie setup, and a cheesy one at that. In her favorite game, if your character ventured out into the water more than chest deep, you were thrown back to shore to the sounds of gagging and coughing as the character tried to recover from a near drowning. That was how she felt about water, too. She'd never really learned how to swim, and being this far from shore made her anxious. "Are you sure this is safe?" she asked, and hated the way her voice sounded unsure. "I did this almost every day as a kid," Jerry assured her. He had already told her this many times, but it was nearly impossible to imagine. Her Jerry was not exactly athletic. He had soft hands, a round pale face, and thick square glasses that always made her think of her father. And she loved him madly. Judith and Jerry met on an online forum for fans of a game series they both enjoyed. They spent hours talking about the crazy things people posted and the absurd drama that cropped up in niche communities like this. That was 5 years ago. Now they both held regular adult jobs. No more all-night gaming dates. The dreams of working in the industry that gave them so many hours of enjoyment were washed away by the ebb and flow of day-to-day life. "Did you remember to mail the water bill? Don't forget to stop at Walgreens on your way home. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the trash bin lid was open and it filled with rainwater last night." This was a far cry from hours-long arguments about whether a character ship was canon or crack, or the evening spent sharing pages of a favorite fan fiction. Life happened. One day you wake up and you realize you're going camping on an island, in a lake, with no electricity. Why had she agreed to this? Judith looked out over the lake. A tree-covered dot had resolved itself into a pebble-covered beach with a boat dock that had seen better days sometime around the Nixon administration. Were they really staying here? Her heart was in the bottom of the boat. This was going to be a miserable holiday weekend. "My grandparents owned this island," Jerry said. She knew this, but he was trying to keep her from getting into a state where she'd ruin everything. She knew this and was honestly trying her best. "My brother and I stayed out here with them every summer." Judith looked at him sharply. Jerry never mentioned his little brother. He died in a tragic accident when they were teens. Why was he bringing this up now? This was where he died. "Oh, Christ, Jerry!" Judith could barely breathe. "Why are you coming out here? Why are you bringing us both out here?" The rocky beach was near now. The island was small, but tall pines and sprawling oaks covered it in a dense green blanket. The interior was as dark and frightening as the depths of the lake. "I told you we'd camp out here," Jerry said. He looked a little sheepish. "There is a house on the island. My grandparents' house." The rowboat scraped and thunked against the worn dock. He tossed a rope around a post and pulled it tight. He looked competent, confident. Was this the man she knew? "I got a letter a couple of weeks ago." Judith frowned at the change of subject, but kept quiet as he helped her onto the wooden planks and grabbed their backpacks. "My uncle passed away earlier this year." "What? John?" Judith asked. "Yes. He inherited this place when his parents passed away years ago. He lived out here by himself all this time. He didn't turn up for his quarterly supply run, and the store owner got worried, sent his boys out here, and they found him dead." Jerry's voice held no emotion. His eyes were flat and dark as he looked into the small forest. "He was right where my brother was when he died." "Jerry," Judith said quietly, reaching for his arm. "That's terrible. Why didn't you say anything?" "There was so much to do," Jerry shrugged. "I just thought it would be easier if I could just show you." "Show me what?" A strange fear had crept into her heart. She followed his gaze to the trees and saw nothing. "Our new home, of course," Jerry said. "Oh, put it on the other table, honey," Mom says, without even turning around. How she knew I was about to put it on the first table, I don't know. "Do we have enough places set?" she asked. "I swear, no one ever RSVPs anymore." "Quit worrying, Mom," I told her. "If more show up, we'll squeeze them in." I reach for a deviled egg as I pass the main table. "Those are for guests," she chides. "Eat the ugly ones in the fridge." I roll my eyes. "I saw that," she says. "Now help me get these webs up before the cauldron boils over. I spent a week finding those newts, and you know how Aunt Patty is about her newts." "Mom, calm down. Everything's perfect." I hold up a corner of the fragile web as the spider scurries around frantically, trying to make sure it's done before the guests arrive. It's a nice, big, glossy one. Bright orange and red stripes decorate its shiny body. Must have been imported, and probably super venomous. Mom always throws the best parties. The tables are set, the graves pre-dug, the cauldrons are on the fires, and the werewolves are turned out into the forest. I think we may be ready. She's almost giddy as a child. I can't believe it's finally time. Our first full moon Halloween as a family. I was hardly older than you the last time it happened. What was it, 1943 or maybe 44? My mom had just finished her first training oven week. It was the best party. I just hope everyone likes it. The doorbell rang and I hurried to open it. I was greeted with screams and shrieks, and at least 2 specters brushed right through me to come in. They were with Patty, so I let it go. She never did have good control of those things. Family was arriving from all over the country and across the Vale tonight. Food, family, and Halloween. It was a good year to be alive. Or undead.